What really happens in a man's mind when you suddenly stop reaching out? No texts, no calls, no "how are you?" Silence. Is he relieved or slowly losing his mind? At first, he might not react the way you expect. There's no panic, no immediate realization. In fact, there might even be a strange sense of freedom. He tells himself, "I'm good. I needed this space anyway." But that's just the surface, because men are not always taught to process emotions instantly. They delay, they distract, they suppress. So instead of thinking about you, he fills his time, work, friends, scrolling, anything to stay occupied. But silence has a strange power. The more you don't reach out, the louder your absence becomes. After some time, curiosity kicks in. Why hasn't she texted? Did I do something wrong? Is she talking to someone else? And this is where it shifts. Because now, you're no longer available on demand. You become a question mark in his mind, and humans hate unanswered questions. He starts replaying moments, your conversations, your tone, your last interaction. Things he ignored before suddenly feel important. Then comes the ego battle. Part of him wants to reach out, but another part says, "Don't. She'll think you're weak." So he waits. But waiting doesn't bring peace. It builds tension. Because deep down, what he really feels is uncertainty, and uncertainty creates emotional pressure. Now here's the truth most people don't talk about. When you stop reaching out, you remove your emotional presence from his daily life, and that creates a void, a space where he has to confront what you actually meant to him. Some men will fill that void quickly, distractions, other people, anything. But others, they start to feel your absence more and more, not because you chased them, but because you stopped. Because silence forces reflection, and reflection reveals attachment. So what happens in a man's mind? At first, nothing. Then curiosity. Then confusion. Then emotional tension. And finally, realization. But here's the catch. Not every man will act on it. Some will reach out. Some will stay silent forever. Because realization doesn't always lead to action. And that's the part you need to understand. Silence is powerful, but it doesn't control outcomes. It only reveals truth.